Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Beyond the Cage podcast presented by Intimidation Clothing. I am your host, Jim Graham, and joining me on the line, he will be fighting for the XFC at 155 pounds at XFC 27 against David Roan. He is Drew All Day Murray. And Drew, thanks for coming on to Beyond the Cage.
Hey, man, how you guys doing? I appreciate you having me.
And Drew, I noticed your record is only 1-1 in mixed martial arts, so at least in terms of the sport here, you're relatively new, and I was just wondering, how did you get started into the sport?
I started back when I was 18 years old. I wrestled my whole life. I wrestled when I was 4 years old, and I started boxing at 15. So I was pretty solid at both of them. So I figured, why not try mixed martial arts? Because when I was 18, it was just now up and coming, getting started, and I was like, let's try it, and turned out to be pretty decent at it. So I figured I would stick with MMA rather than boxing.
So is it safe to say that MMA is what you'll stick with here moving forward over boxing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I box professionally as well now. It's good practice, and the money's decent, so, might as well do it. But right now my main focus is MMA. I had a 2-year layoff. I ended up tearing my knee. So during that layoff, I was boxing, mainly just doing boxing and kickboxing matches, to stay fresh, and had a good time boxing, but, MMA is where my main focus is at.
So besides boxing, is there any particular martial art that you particularly like to train in when you're doing MMA?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's probably my favorite amongst all the, the arts that we do is, I love doing Jiu-Jitsu.
Is there any particular fighter that you try to model yourself after when you step inside the cage?
I mean, I guess you could say George St. Pierre, being a real strong wrestler, he likes to fight safe, but I mean, he fights to win, and I don't see anything wrong with that, and people give him a lot of hate because, he doesn't finish fights, but he's also fighting the best in the world, he's giving the best opponents possible, so I mean, you can't finish every fight, but, I'm more like St. Pierre, but, maybe a little bit of Dominic Cruz too.
And looking at GSP real quickly to go off on a little bit of a tangent, what did you think about his fight at UFC 167 against Johnny Hendricks?
Hendricks is he's a tough dude. I mean, I knew it was gonna be a dog fight. He's that kind of guy that he's that wrestler grinder. Who can hit hard. I knew it was gonna be a tough fight for St. Pierre. St. Pierre didn't really use the game plan that I was expecting him to use, but he came out with a win. Agree or disagree, he came out with the win, and there's not much anybody can do about it. That's why you don't let it go to the judges.
I know we're a little over a week from your fight on the 13th of December, but what is your weight looking at right now?
I am probably like 3 pounds overweight right now. I usually fight at 145, so I don't really cut much weight for 155. I used to be a lot bigger, but, I got my diet and everything going, and like I said, I'm trying to actually make a cut down to 135. But they offered this fight at 155, and, when XFC calls you, you take any opportunity you can get, to fight on a bigger promotion. So they offered at 55, and I said, I'll take it.
And I noticed that you train out of Courageous MMA in Taylor, Michigan, and I know our good friend of the show and the guy I went to high school with, and Darren Cruikshank, has done some training down there at Courageous, and I was just wondering, what's it like spending some time training with Darren Cruikshank?
I do mixed training. I go Courageous, and I go to Michigan Top Team, which Darren is the head trainer at Michigan Top Team. I go between those two gyms, but it's awesome training with Darren. You got Darren down there, Cody Stamen, Jason Fisher, just top of the line pros. Michigan's finest at their weight classes, and it's awesome. It's obviously fighting, training with somebody in the UFC. It's great looks, and the experience level. It's just it gives you something to model where you need to be at that level.
And I know he just started the Michigan Top Team in Dearborn, Michigan, that being Darren Cruikshank. And how's everything been going there since it opened? I haven't been able to get down there and check out the classes and do some filming with Darren, but how's everything going down there at the new Michigan Top Team?
Seems like it's going good. It's coming together. There's a lot of good fighters down there, man. I mean, it's a dogfight every day in that gym, and that's how it should be, And top of the line trainers, and it's a nice facility too. So I mean, you got downstairs, you got Detroit Jiu-Jitsu. You got some of the best Jiu-Jitsu practitioners in the world down there, and it's just a good atmosphere down there, all together.
For our listeners here in Michigan, where have they seen you fight not only MMA but do some boxing before?
I fought out in I fought the Motor City Casino last winter. I fought out in D.C., Pennsylvania a couple times, Ohio. I fought a little bit everywhere. Mainly my MMA as an amateur I fought. Actually, all of them are Michigan, but mostly in the Metro Detroit area.
Jim Graham here talking with Drew All-Day Murray. He will be taking on David Roan at XFC 27. You can follow him on Twitter at AllDay155. And Drew, looking at David Roan, is there anything in particular you did for this training camp to try to combat what he brings to the table? Without giving away too much, but he's very, very solid boxer. He's very tough, real scrappy guy. A lot of heart, good chin. I'm predicting a dogfight. I'm expecting to go out there and go through a war, and that's what I want. I haven't had me a good war in a long time. We're looking forward to it. David's a great fighter, great person. Nothing but respect for him. But it's gonna be a good fight. So it's going to be a good one for the fans, that's for sure. It's a good fight for the, XFC, especially for undercard. It's a pretty tough fight because as amateurs, David and I were two of the upper guys at the 155-pound weight class when we were amateurs. And like you said earlier that you'll be kind of fighting maybe a little bit out of your natural weight class. Do you think as though even if you lose, if you put on a good performance, the fact that you kind of stepped up to the plate, so to speak, for the XFC at a higher weight class, that might bode well for you with the organization down the road?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they know that I'm fighting a little bit heavier than usual. And like I said, when that opportunity knocks, you got to take it. I will be giving up a little size, which is, not really that big of a deal. But I have to take any chance I can get. This is what you got. You got to take chances in this sport, and I got to do what I got to do to make it to the top.
So what does it mean to you to be fighting for an organization like the XFC?
Oh, it's awesome, man. I spoke about a couple other times. I tried out for the XFC a year ago for the open tryouts, and I ended up not making it. So I got something. I feel like I got something to prove to these guys that that they made a mistake, that I do belong to the XFC. I'm fighting with something to prove in this fight. So it's especially fighting for an upper echelon organization. It's great. This is what every fighter dreams of, fighting for these big organizations. On these big stages. So I think it's awesome, and it's great to do it. So close to home.
I talked to David Roan earlier last week, and he mentioned that not only is the fight going to be in Muskegon, but he'll basically be fighting in his hometown for XFC 27. And I didn't know if that. Does that do anything for you, kind of going into your opponent's backyard like that?
No, not really. A lot of people don't know, but I wrestled in college. I wrestled in college at Muskegon, so I lived in Muskegon for a while myself. And it might be his hometown, but I lived there as well at one time. And I don't mind going to somebody else's backyard. I've done it many times. It's just not. I don't even hear the crowd when I'm out there. They can cheer or boo, don't matter to me. I don't hear them as it is. The crowd ain't gonna do nothing for us when that bell rings.
So you're going to have a lot of friends and family in the crowd for you at XFC 27?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, I'll get you out of here with this, Drew. I got to ask, because you're from the state of Michigan as well, are you a fan of Michigan State or are you a fan of Michigan? I'm in the middle. When they play each other, I cheer for Michigan, but when they're not playing each other, I'll cheer for State as well. But it's kind of funny. I'm a Michigan wrestling fan. But when it comes to, I'm college wrestling, but I'm a Michigan State basketball fan. So it's kind of like, I'm kind of bounced back between, depends on the sport, I guess you can say. So do you have any prediction for Michigan State against Ohio State for the Big Ten championship coming up this weekend?
I hope Michigan State puts it on them. I really do. All my family lives in Ohio, so, it's kind of bragging rights. That loss last week didn't sit very well with me, especially because my family has bragging rights for another year now. But, what are you going to do? So I hope Michigan State puts it on them. I think they will. They got a tough defense, and I think they're going to shine on the Big Ten championship.
He is Drew Murray, fighting at XFC 27. And, Drew, thanks for coming on Beyond the Cage. I really appreciate it.
I really appreciate you guys having me, man. You have a great day.
Once again, that was XFC fighter Drew All-Day Murray, right here on Beyond the Cage podcast, presented by Intimidation Clothing.